Hey guys, Kay here. Now, one of the most common problems across all industries, but predominantly in tech, is finding a good platform for employment. Now, you might be used to getting maybe specs sent to you by recruiters on LinkedIn which aren't quite suitable or relevant to what you're looking for, or you might be used to using those really generic websites where you send an application and you get to an interview, or even before the application, or even before that stage, and you get told that you don't have enough experience. Or one of my kind of most frustrating aspects of applications is when you have to submit a CV and then transcribe that CV into an external application, and then even before you've spoken to anyone is do some kind of task, some kind of small essay or something along with your covering letter, and then you find out later on you don't even have enough experience, which is kind of annoying. By the way, when I mean you don't have enough experience, is usually like years of experience that they ask for, and to be honest, especially in tech, years of experience don't really transcribe to skill. I've known people who have only been coding for a few years, couple of years, and they're amazing programmers, and then you can have people who've been coding for 5+ years that aren't that great. So using years of experience, again, I'm not really a fan of it, but it's just a HR requirement really. So a friend of mine who is a senior developer, he advised me to check out a platform called Hiredcom, and although I'm not actually looking specifically for a role due to being unemployed, I am working full-time, but I would advise those of you who, even if you're working, just try and get into the habit of doing an interview every once in a while, just because the market is always changing, and there's new tech coming in and out, so it kind of allows you to kind of test your skills, as well as a lot of times you're not gonna know everything, and through an interview, that's a really good way to find out what you don't know, and then that will give you something to work on and maybe learn and improve on. And I found that to be the case as well quite recently. So what I'm going to show you guys is how the Hired.com process went for me, and how I got given an interview invite within 24 hours of making that account and then passing that first round interview as well, and what that process was like. So check it out, guys. Now, what I want to show you is in my email, you can see I made an account on Hired.com on the 11th of November. And what's nice is you just make a profile and then you'll be promoted to companies that match your skill set. Within, I'd say, about 6 hours, I had my first interview request sent in. And within 24 hours, this led to a face-to-face interview, which was interesting, mainly because most of the questions I could not answer, since they were really specific questions on syntax. However, I did actually progress to the next round, and that's because the question that I did answer held the most weight, and that was to do with programming concepts, specifically how to write testable, scalable code. So the question they asked was the use cases of abstract classes versus interfaces. Now, a lot of you probably, especially if you're new to programming, won't know that, but again, I've got a video on 5 core programming concepts that you need to know to get your first job, and this question was again related to one of the core concepts I talk about, which is writing testable code using interfaces, for example. So I did progress to the next round. Again, like I said, you don't need to be looking for employment. I am working full-time, but it's good to keep testing your skills just so that you have something to learn. So I would say overall, up to now, my experience of Hired.com in the short 24 and a bit hours that I've used it for have actually been very positive, and I've used quite a lot of platforms myself, some that just literally yield no results for me. So having put in pretty much no effort, all I've done is make a profile, and to get an interview from that within 24 hours and actually speak to someone and progress to the next round, I would say that is actually probably the most success I've probably ever had with interviews, really. So definitely give it a try. What I'm thinking of doing is reviewing more of these platforms, so if you guys have any that you found positive, or even ones that you didn't really have a good time with, a good experience with, then do let me know in the comments, because I'm happy to try them out and kind of give my feedback on them. And there are a couple of others that I do want to review as well, so please do subscribe if that's something that you're interested in, or just subscribe to help me out. Yeah, and I'm gonna end it there. So again, like always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.